do summer programs. So my summers were to the Medical College of Georgia one summer, next summer to the University of Wisconsin doing research, then another summer back to Medical College of Georgia to do those summer programs to springboard you into medical school when it's time to go to medical school. So by the time I finished Savannah State, I already introduced to professors at MCG. So, you know, to go to MCG was obvious, and it was like, yeah, you apply, and then you apply early decision.
Okay.
I think I took a year away from going straight to medical school because I got married, had a baby, wanted to spend some time home with family, and then that was it. So I was like a year break to take care of that, take care of business, and then go on to medical school.
Okay. And so you're here now in Spartanburg, and your title is?
Well,
tell us what medicine you work in. And
so currently, today, as of today, I'm a medical director at a urgent care, and so I do urgent care.
Okay.
And I've been doing that for 6 years now.
Okay.
So which is kind of cool because it's relaxing. I work on shifts, so I work for a certain period of time, 12-hour shifts. I may work 3 days, 1 week, 2 days the following week. Sometimes we like to stagger where we're 3 days at the end of 1 week, shift week, and then 2 days the next week. So then my shift is done, and I can have 7 days off.
Okay, that's
and that allows me to free time to do other things that I enjoy.
This beautiful property, y'all. We're gonna give you a tour of that, but I just want to say this is amazing. And since we're talking about the urgent care and doctoring, and I have my mask.
Yeah, you have your mask on, and that's one of the things is
staying safe.
We try to stay social distancing. What I tell people is, as an urgent care provider, I'm on the front, really on the front line, meaning people are coming in not knowing what their status is, and I have to see them, and so I'm exposed to it all the time. And I have my own precautions that I suggest people taking. Now I don't go out spitting it out because people consider that medical advice, and then everybody questions your medical advice. So what's not the norm for people to do, then I don't want to interfere with that. But I follow my protocol that I follow, so I don't get it. So I don't really worry about COVID because I won't get it. Now, people should wear a mask. I am not wearing a mask because I'm in my home. You're wearing a mask.
Yeah, because I'm coming in, and another thing too is that I'm around what people are terming a vulnerable person.
That's right.
So, you know, I wear the mask to protect myself, and even when I'm traveling, I spray the alcohol on my hands, and just staying safe. So, I know we had, and I know we're getting off of the introduction a little bit, y'all, but this is helpful for everybody because this is something that's out there across the nation about whether to wear a mask or not. But I was telling you how I saw somebody on Facebook and they said, you know, it's an old school remedy, orange pills, and I put ginger in my water with some distilled, boil it, and put the towel over my head and breathe in, you know, as long as I can stand it for about 5 or 10 minutes. I feel like I get a good facial, open pores. But I do feel good when I do it. And you were telling me that does something. What was that you were saying?
Well, the thing is,
not about COVID, but you were telling me what actually.
Well, the thing is that your mucous membranes is what captures and dust, for example, so and particles. So if you're breathing in something and your mucous membranes are flowing freely and able to produce an expected amount, so when there's an expected response of something, it can capture it, and then you remove that mucus from your body.
Okay.
Then whatever's in the mucus is removed from your body.
Okay.
So in essence, your mucus, if you plug mucous membranes, you get sick. For example, what is bronchitis? Bronchitis is inflammation of the bronchus. You basically plug mucus cells. What's prostatitis? Prostatitis is inflammation of the prostate with plugged mucus cells. your tonsils, when it's plugged up, you get tonsillitis.
Okay.
It's attempting to respond to something that it's exposed to. So if you're able to remove something from your body when it attaches to your body, so before it gets time to set up, then it won't affect you.
Okay. And that's where the 14-day quarantine comes in.
That's right.
Because it, like you said, it has time to set up.
Yes. And before the 14-day quarantine, if you look at the reviews, so I always people to think for themselves. And that's one thing I would say about when you go to college, and you go to college that's going to challenge you. They don't just give something to you, they challenge your intellect and have you have the opportunity to be challenged. Because sometimes you could go somewhere and you just read a book and you take a test and you complete. But if you're challenged, so the challenge is to say this: if you look at what COVID does, when does a person have symptoms? They have symptoms usually at day 4 and day 5.
Okay.
Day 4, day 5 of what? Of an exposure. So you have to count backwards.
Right.
So why do I only get symptoms on day 4 and 5? So there's something the virus is doing on previous days. What I think it's doing, it's building, it's growing, it's reproducing, so that when it does migrate down to where it needs to get into your body to take effect, that's the amount of time it needs to get there. So if I could catch it on day 1 or at day half, so the moment I go, so after you leave here, I'm going to jump in saltwater pool. And my mucous membranes will release over and over again. And I'm going to drink a lot of water. So whatever is in my mouth, we wash down. So I don't expect it to have time to set up if you brought it. And I do the same thing at work. If somebody brings it into me, I'm going to not allow it to stick around in my body. And that's the difference.
Right. And that's the thing I do. When I travel, I do that treatment. And I just try to do it once a week.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's the logic.
Yes.
That's the logic about
thank
COVID.
you so much. That is some great information. Thank you all for tuning in. And this is a session with Dr. Simon. This is your girl Jazzy J. Have a jazz day.